All right, cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? My name is Myzlstyx. Joining me, Stump.
Hello.
This is Skullmonkeys. It's from the creator of Earthworm Jim, so you know the comedy style is going to be completely insane. But I think we're about ready to get started here. I'll give you a countdown and we'll get started. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. All right, so those of you in attendance right now, I need you to do me a favor. Death is a certainty in this game. So what I'm going to need you to do is, whenever I die, he says a nice little ow. So go ahead and just give me an ow whenever I die. Just the best flat ow you can give me because it's quite a bother. It'll make everything a little bit better here. So we grabbed that Halo at the start of the game there. This game is a one-hit death system unless you have a Halo. And you don't get to stack the Halos. So we're going to try to hold on to this as long as possible. As you can see, we collect clay balls instead of coins and anything of the sort. So some people want to talk about the clay ball system because it doesn't work.
Yeah. You get a life for 100 of them, as you might expect, but it goes down to 1.
Team Cumin.
So it's every 99 after you get the first one.
Yeah, the game never goes back to 0 once you leave the original 0. So it goes right from 99 to 1. How did they miss that? Oh, got that double there. That's always fun. So there is a way to skip this robotic guy and his friend. It really doesn't save time. It's almost frame perfect. So we just take our sweet time to get through that. Good, I got that jump. This is what we saved the Halo for. We're going to run through those guys. So that's the entire first stage done. The mash starts so we can get through the cutscene here. So we took the red portal leaving the first stage. It's the only time we're going to take a red portal throughout the entire game. The red portals are always slower except for that one. In some cases it actually gives you extra stages you have to play. It's, I would say awful, but awful might be an understatement for it. Get ready to come up to our first boss here. So the only other fun thing I was thinking of doing was whenever I collect an extra life, Clayman will say word. It's very flowery, just word. So it's hard to tell when the extra lives are coming though, so I'm gonna refrain from that one. But if we can get the owls going, that would be great, because once we get past, I'd say stage 4, it all kind of starts boiling over. So that's the first boss in the game, Shiny Guard. Easy peasy. Offers up no resistance. Now we get our first real mechanic of the game. First of all, gravity.
Yes.
We can finally fall to our deaths, because what platform doesn't include falling to your death? Gotta wait on that cycle. You can get ahead of that one. It's a little tough though. So we're gonna come up here because we want all these Phoenix hands. They're a nice homing attack. So the other mechanic, platforms, moving platforms. If you want to talk about the momentum?
Yes. For jump off into moving platforms, the speed that you have from those adds to your jump. And there will be times when we'll need to rely on that to make higher jumps or avoid making jumps that are too small.
I have no idea how I beat that cycle. Yeah, so you'll see I'm going to get launched on a few jumps coming up here. Especially in the, not this stage, but the one after it. We're actually going to take the lower path here. These little mobbirds are our checkpoints. They're fantastic and the top. So fun to do the fall animation. Hilarious, I love it. Wow, I short hopped that. Okay. Note to self. Press the X button harder. Ooh, that was close. I got off on the cycles and that normally doesn't explode there. It was close. Alright, there we go. Alright. Now you're really going to see, we're about to see the first of the platform mechanics. There we go. Make that jump. And then, fun. Unfortunately, there's no way to get ahead of the cycles on these platforms. It's just spaced out just perfectly. Get ahead of this cycle. Yes. And then I fell. I don't actually have a name for half the enemies. They're not listed in the manual or anything like that. And we missed that cycle from off. There we go. A couple more jumps here and then we're out of hard boiler. Alright. So I always like to talk about the music in this game. And we're about to get to the first of the fantastic songs on the soundtrack. Who likes yodeling? Anybody? I hope you like yodeling. Alright, so we get our buddy Slappy the hamster here. Slappy helps us tank some shots. Which one's the
word? Those.
Oh, they're monkeys with cannons. Alright, so now we're on to what I like to call the hardest stage of the game because there's a lot of enemies. But it's okay, because we're actually just going to run underneath all of them. One of those ironic difficult stages. Oh, you have to jump over one.
Not just holding right.
No, there's a couple of jumps. You gotta be technical with it. All right, now we get on to an actual difficult stage. I refer to this as the climb, and it's a nightmare because if you fall, it is a huge time sink, and you get these time platforms that you have to jump off of. This game was praised for its design and for its incredible difficulty. Alright. Okay. Part one of the climb over. used we collected all those Phoenix hands there for that moment there. Yeah. That's alright. Normally, that would be a big problem, but we hit the other platform, so it worked out. Okay. So we move on from one of the more fun technical stages to a bit of a slog here at Skullmonkeys brand hot dogs. Alright, well, missed that. We'll take the safe route here. And wait for the platform.
This one's all about the platform cycles.
Yeah, this one's 100% cycles. We're going to be skipping a few cycles later on. Just the platforms are very slow.
Is that a salami?
I think it may in fact be a salami.
What's the floating in exactly?
I'm going to say don't ask, don't tell. Because I don't think anybody actually wants to know.
Hot dog water, of course.
Is that half of a sweet potato?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that was half of a sweet potato. So we skip the cycle there. Got another Phoenix hand. That guy. So we are coming up on one of the best bosses in the game. The boss we're coming up to requires those green bullets I've been collecting. We need 5 of them in order to kill him in any sort of effective way. But he is by far the best designed boss in all of gaming, and I am not even being sarcastic about it. So we skip that cycle. 3 stages of this, then we get to our, honestly, my favorite boss of all time. There we go. Get a good running start at that. So, you have to get a really good running start at these jumps here. Otherwise you fall, and the only way to get back is... I want that, thank you. The only way to get back is the mobber. Alright, we're going to play that safe there. Alright. We have a really big cycle skip here to start this stage. This one we wait on because these platforms show up fast enough. So what are your thoughts on the upcoming boss, Stump?
Definitely one of the better bosses of those.
Oh, that was bad. I missed that jump by a mile. Alright. There we go. Ow. Alright. So we're gonna hang tight on this one. Skip a later stage with this Halo. we're almost to that boss. Thank God. It's like the first like major choke point for runs. Just the cycles are bothersome. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Joe Head Joe.
Hello. Joe Head Joe.
Goodbye, Joe Head Joe. So that is the face of one of the developers of the game. And that fight has a bunch of cycles that you have to go through unless you bring 5 of any ammunition into the fight, in which case he dies about as quickly as I do. So then you see the universe enema there. We will be making use of that a little bit later on, as long as I don't stutter step there, because so while the Slappy the hamster will actually take out enemies, it doesn't make you immune to hits. And that guy there, if you just run straight to the right without stutter stepping, he actually goes between the 2 Slappies and straight up murders you. So we get this little shrink mechanic here that we'll only see a couple of times in the run. I actually want to go through that, but that's okay. We did it backwards. I normally go through the first gap and over the second gap. There we go. There we go. Alright, get out of there. We're almost done with Elevated Structure of Terror. It's very short, but it does have one of the best songs in the game, titled Elevated Structure of Terror. Alright. Ow. Oops. I oopsed. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Those ones turn themselves inside out to try to get you.
Yeah, those guys are desperate. Alright, that's Elevated Structure of Terror out of the way. And now we get on to honestly the first true difficult stage of the game. This is YNT Death Garden. I haven't figured out what YNT stands for. But there's 4 stages of YNTs. And this is one of the more technically demanding ones. It's going to introduce us to our buddy, the Glidey Bird, who will let us float. And we are going to be floating a lot. There we go. Go underneath those guys. So the good part about the Glidey Bird is we do carry a lot of our momentum while we're gliding. Unless we get hit, in which case all of our momentum pretty much dies. Oh, over that guy. Sneak under that guy, under his friend there. I wanted to bounce off him to get a little upward momentum, but then I just didn't. So, alright. This is actually the first 5-stage world. So it's going to be just 5 stages of please don't miss the cycles and please don't die. There we go. Right through those guys. Halo there. We gotta go underneath this guy. Take another run at that. Right under there. There we go. We'll be making use of gravity a few times during the course of this. Try to get past some of the tighter spots. That one there will actually clear him out of the way. So I do want to take that hit there. Oh! This one here we actually need to go up, and there we go. You have to use that that steam current to actually get into the portal to leave. Grab that. Skip over him. Skip over his friend. Oh well. That's alright. Grab another one of those. And yoink. Just want to give them a chance to cycle around there. Just under that guy. Some of that fantastic music again.
Nice.
Those are clutch saves, man.
Get a clap for that.
On today's episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive. Alright, so we want to actually leave this stage with a halo. It is not mandatory to, but it does make the final stage a lot easier. The Maubird.
Yeah.
It's the most wholesome thing in this game. There
How
we
many
go.
wholesome things are there?
I would say 3. I'm gonna go with 3 wholesome things.
One of them is Mighty Bird.
Glidey Bird's pretty wholesome, but not wholesome. That was dumb. I'm now trying to objectify the wholesomeness of certain things in the run. There's a pickup we're going to get that I'm actually going to use for safety. We're going to pick up a whole bunch of extra lives as a safety strat with an item called the Super Willy. Willy Trombone is the most wholesome thing aside from the Glidey Bird, or aside from the Maubird. Well, so much for holding on to that halo. Gotta get behind the cycle there. And alright, so there we go. That's what was supposed to happen. You know, when you don't miss the cycle. As I said, death is a common occurrence. That one's always a close jump. There we go. Made that one. Timed platforms and rotating enemies. Best of luck. Alright, we're almost done this stage. I've reset more on YT Death Gardens than any other stage, I'm pretty sure. So. Yep. That's where I wanted to save that halo for, was this segment here. It's like normally I would try to take them out with weaponry, but reset that. There we go. Just don't die to that last guy and we're good. Alright. Move on to a couple of the at least one of the easier worlds now. Y&T Weeds. Or Y&T Mines, excuse me. Mines, then Weeds, then Eggs. Figure that one out.
Secret.
Take this little secret there. Oop. This is where we use some of that jump momentum we mentioned earlier. Alright, yeah, I wasn't going to make that. Oops. Oops. That was an oops. Yeah, we missed that. Alright. There we go. So next stage is pretty short. There we go. So we actually have to go to this one so we can start our climb. Alright, Y&T Mines out of the way. That was a nice break after Y&T Death Garden. This one's not so much a break. Y&T Weeds, the first stage of Y&T Weeds is a bit of a hassle because there's no checkpoints. So if I die, I have to start the stage over. I would really like to not do that.
This level is like the Dark Souls of Skullmonkey speedrunning.
Pretty much. That's a fantastic way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So there's Super Willy. We're going to use him later on. Alright, we're actually going to wait on that because I missed the bullet. So this is where the momentum jumping can actually really hurt you. Is if you're on a platform that's moving down, you get less jump distance. There we go. So we made it through Dark Souls. And into the rain.
This, of course, is the heavy rain of...
Jason! Jason! Get these little teleporter beams that after this world we will never see again. And we'll get the next one. Everything. We'll take this and murder this man at the top of the murder that man and his career at the top of the beam. So we're going to make use of that universe enema coming up here as well as the Super Willy. That was definitely a YOLO jump if I've ever done a YOLO jump. We're gonna wait on one more cycle of that. So there's those guys are a hassle, but all right, here's that's not the right move. There it is. I always forget which one's Super Willy. Super Willy, thank you. Picks up all the pickups on the screen. There we go. Throw away the cloud clone. There we go. When you don't use abilities often, you tend to forget which button they're on. Sorry, I'm not going to screw this one up. Say hello to the universe enema. Just gets Super Saiyan and just nukes everything. Just blows everything up. And one more time for good measure. 2 groups of those 4 rotating guys. The first one you can get through pretty easily. That second one is based off of a timed platform. So, and then that portal is awful because you actually have to get enough of a running start into that jump to get in. Otherwise, you just don't have the height. I would say if you get a chance, go back, watch some of the cutscenes in this game. The cutscenes are truly splendorous. If you're a big fan of the Beans, the musical fruit song, the first cutscene is for you.
What are the sunglasses that meant called?
They're I just know them as ints, the YNTs. I've had a couple of conversations with the creator of the game and never thought to ask him what anything's called. I just kind of call them floaty boys and there we go, I'm gonna kill that guy. They're floaty boys and spiky boys and then they're all Skullmonkeys in the end. There's only one character I know of, and that's the guy that brought us here is this dude named Jerry-O. He's a Skullmonkey with a British accent. He's a charming fella. I would rate him as pretty wholesome too, but we don't get to see him in the run, so. There we go. So YNT Eggs has our next boss fight. It's Glenn Intis. I don't know why his name is Glenn, but God bless Glenn Intis. Free extra life right here. I wanted you dead. I wanted you dead, friend. Why didn't you die? Also, if anybody else is getting horrifying flashbacks of gym class and the rope climb, I don't blame you. I do every time I play this game. We're gonna rob this guy here. He was trying so hard to protect that extra life and we just robbed him. I'm not used to shooting that guy, so I'm used to like jumping over to that other rope. And I was like, this time I was just like, oh, we'll shoot that guy. End his career. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to take out both of those guys. So this one we actually have to slide down because there's a guy waiting for us at the bottom. And it's always kind of random as to where he's going to be in his cycle. YNT Eggs is actually going pretty well so far. This is actually like a decent YNT Eggs. Oh, I could have gone. Jump over his friend. This one we're actually going to climb here because there is a halo up here I would like. And we're going to take a big fall. There we go. One more stage of YNT Eggs and we get out of one of the harder segments of the game. I was just gonna damage abuse off that guy, but then like I'm like, you know, I kind of want to play it safe, hold on to the halo. Just in case I do something stupid later on in the stage. That's momentum, yeah, that's the momentum jump at work there. You have to have like that running start to get it. We're gonna see that a lot more in one of the worlds coming up, where it's entirely like impossible to get through the stage without taking advantage of it. We're gonna shoot the gap there and get this fall. So this stage, okay, that right there, if you're on the far right of that moving platform, that guy will hit you. He has the reach. That's, yep. That's what I'm talking about, like, the momentum, you lose that momentum. Okay, cool. Pretty good YNT eggs, actually. I'm happy with this. All right, so we get Glenn Intis. He has random RNG cycles here, but you shoot his feet, you shoot his chest. That was a good cycle. Another good cycle. Oh, nice, 4 for 4. Easy cycles, easy life. Thanks, Glenn. All right, so now we move on to Monk Rushmore. Another fantastic song with nonsense lyrics. We get my helicopter boys, who I also don't know their name. Ignore that shot. We didn't miss. We're just
More flappy.
yeah, more of the Flappy Boys. This is one of those stages where I talked about the red portals before. That if you go into the red portal, you have to play an extra stage in the world. So that's one that we avoid at all costs. Take the lower path here. It is slightly safer. Presidential Monkey C. Presidential Monkey Do. Alright, one more stage, Monk Rushmore. And then we get into the brutal end game, if you will. Apply some of that ammo. All the music for this game written by Terry S. Taylor, and Terry is probably as crazy as his music sounds. Okay, that was a little clutch. Oh, not of Phoenix hands. That's all right. There we go. All right, Monk Rushmore down. And we move, also, we move into Sorehead and get a good close-up of Clayman there. Rocking the shirt today. This stage, horrendously difficult mechanic. of go to the right and fall.
Is there an orb at the end?
Over to the left here a little bit. But that right-hand path is clear. So all three of the stages in this one pretty much yield go to the right as far as possible, and then fall. So I want to get, there we go. Now I can fall. Orb.
Yeah,
The orb.
Yeah. Basically Super Mario in motion.
There we go. And you're right. There we go. I just love how, like, Swordhead's a nice break before we get into the nightmare of the final, like, 6 worlds. Alright. Final 5 worlds. This one has been giving me a lot of trouble, so this could go really good or really badly. Stage's music is actually the title theme. Back, we're going to grab that Slappy because I would like to clear out the enemy coming up. So those guys move really quickly, and I'd rather not deal with them ever. Those guys fly fast for no adequate reason, just to be pains. So we're gonna take this guy out when he comes back. There. Alright, so far so good. One more stage, the harder stage of the 3, naturally. Cannot make that first cycle. I'll wait for this to come back because I mistimed it. So the little like blue swirls get you into the bonus stage, which has the best bonus stage music in all of gaming, and I again say that with no pretense. Most people know the bonus stage song without even knowing what game it's from, actually. It's simply titled A Little Bonus Room, and it's horrendously fourth wall breaking. I don't know that we're gonna have time for that. I would love to. If we're ahead and had enough, far enough ahead of schedule, I would love to show off the bonus stage, just to play the music. All right, Castle de los Muertos. Do not adjust your televisions at home. There's nothing wrong with the brightness. All you see is our silhouette. This is also, if you're hungry, don't watch this stage. Once the actual music starts, you get those flaming skulls. and these moving platforms. Grab that halo. Also, I think that was a deathless shards for the first time in I can't remember how long. So I said I wanted a good shards, and I got one. Now, if I could get if I could have a deathless Castle de los Muertos, that would be even better. There is a boss at the end of this. Is the Monkey Mage. The Monkey Mage will be the first of our two neat little death abuses on boss fights. Him and the final boss of the game. You can actually save time by dying at the end of their fight when you get the last hit on them. Let's steal that from him. Alright. Sorry, I'm not. Stump, I don't know if you have anything you want to input on this. I'm just like super focused on this. The problem is dying there actually takes you back to the start of the moving platforms, and it's an awful time loss, and I'm not happy about that. Yep. But then, now we get the actual music, and it makes no sense. This is... He's singing about chimichangas and taquitos.
Really?
Yep. You'll hear it more in the next stage, because there's one more stage before the boss. And it's long enough that you actually get to hear some of the awkward lyrics. Yeah, that one's a bit touch and go. Ooh, what the? That's never happened before moment of the run. I've never actually done that one before.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. I'm gonna say at least all of the bananas. I don't have an adequate answer. It is a fantastic question though, because now I'm gonna spend the rest of my day thinking about that. Usually 29 cents a banana. Alright, so Monkey Mage. He's got that shield protecting him. He's a coward. Fighting coward. If we let him channel the spell he's about to cast, he'll destroy whatever platform we were standing on. We're gonna lose the halo anyway after this fight, so it didn't matter. Alright, here we go. So the first, we're gonna fall there on purpose. Skips his death animation because he flies around in the back of the room a few times. So, I got a question for you guys. Who likes auto scrollers? Woo! Woo! This is our breather moment before the final two stages. The incredible drive you run is 100% an auto scroller. There is no way to speed this up, no lag reduction, anything like that. It is pretty much a bonus stage without being a bonus stage.
Even with the music.
Yeah. Like they're cheering for you. It's beautiful. The hardest part of this stage is honestly not accidentally triggering the bonus stage. And we've done it. Hardest part of the stage is over.
Alright. So, minimum wage in New Jersey is 46 bananas per hour.
46 bananas per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say that Clog, the main villain of this game, I can't say he's paying minimum wage. So we'll probably go with about 15 bananas an hour.
Wow.
Maybe less.
Maybe with one banana they have to split it.
You know, I could see that. I could see that as being a possibility. Alright, so now we move on to Worm Graveyard. This stage has the final boss after it, and after the final boss, we have the final stage. I said that correctly. Alright, we got our Worm Graveyard death out of the way. Let's go. You have to sacrifice a little blood to Worm Graveyard, otherwise Worm Graveyard doesn't do nice things. Also, more of that weird eclectic music. I talked about like how much I love the soundtrack. This is the one track I don't actually like. Actually gonna wait on this.
Yeah, they were at Comic-Con this year pitching it. It was really funny.
Hello. There. One more stage to Worm Graveyard, then we get the final boss, Clog. And then we'll get into Evil Engine number 9. And I fell. So yeah, so one more stage before the final boss. That's just a practice run. So I wonder if I can actually do this. I've been working on the less than safe straps for this. Oh, I missed that. Okay. As if they needed to tell you which side of the platform to stand on. Alright, I did make that. There we go. Alright. Did that the less safe way. There's other platforms you can follow. But we did it the faster way. Alright, so Clog, he's entirely cycle-based. No RNG to this, so it's just kind of waiting for him to drop the clay balls and hit him with it. If you miss a cycle, have fun, because it is a bit of a wait. Especially on the 4th cycle, which is the absolute longest cycle. I always like to stay right underneath them. Okay, one more. A couple quick transitions here. He goes to the side. There we go. Final boss dead. Now onto the final stage. Evil Engine number 9. Makes sense, right? Alright, so this one, I am going to say this is serious time for this entire world because it's awful. This introduces timed holographic platforms and a very far camera angle to try to work with them. Should have made that. But I played it extra safe there. That wasn't one down, 4 to go. Didn't have enough forward momentum. Oh, look, I got a little friend following me. Alright, first. I'm actually going to wait on that one. Hitting that cycle is atrocious. So we're going to skip that halo there because enemies aren't going to be what kill us. Enemies are the least of my concern right now. Not to mention the fact that they give you enough ammo to fund a war. Two more. Yeah, I knew that was happening. I short hopped that and instantly knew it. This is actually one of the fun platforming sections. There we go. And this one. I'm gonna wait for that to come back around. Oh, come on. On to the final stage. So time will be coming up once I'm done with this stage coming up. Like this, the end of this stage is time. On this episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive, I have a recurring role on there. This one is a bit tight of a window. This fun one. There we go. Okay, one more major jump puzzle. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Celebratory Universe Enema to clear the board. Get ready, and time. 101.53, that's 30 seconds off my personal best. Let's go.
Nice.
Actually, my D-Rust run the other day that got me my new personal best, this would have been ahead of that too, so. Wow. Yeah, actually, if we have time, like 2 minutes. Cool. Call it 2.5. All right. So the first thing I want to show is, so in the credits here, I always like to give a shout out here. First of all, Douglas Tenaple, who created Earthworm Jim, created this game. Fantastic game. The Neverhood is super underrated, so check that out. Joe Sanabria there, Joe Head Joe. And then, yeah, Joe Head Joe Sanabria. Splendid music by Terry S. Taylor. There's a point in the credits where I like to give a shout out to the weirdest credit I've ever seen in my life. He was the legal advisor for the team. I haven't figured it quite out yet. I haven't done enough research. Once we get past the next screen here, after armatures, my man, the law, Jeff Rose. So let's see if I can, all right, let me see if I can get the bonus stage up for you guys real quick. I have to remember where the where the swirly cue in the second stage is. So we'll do that real quick. It takes a couple minutes to get there. This stage real quick. We'll actually take the brown portal out of this stage. Use the brown portal will be easier for me to find the switch. That we'll grab. Yeah, alright. I want to say it's up. There it is. Like I thought it was up towards the top of the screen. Yeah, as you can see, we'd have already been out of stage 2 already if this wasn't, if we didn't do this one. But we do get our actual tutorial on what the 1-ups are. wait. We gotta go up here.
Yeah, once we get there.
Alright, the swords again. Steve Nash,
Michael Finley.
Michael Finley. Listen. Yeah, pretty much. Listen. I also. Yeah, I submitted NBA Street Volume 2, and that he plays the Mavericks. Yeah, chat's got no clue, but. Right there. I'm so okay. Well, it's okay. I hit the mob bird anyway, so we got the checkpoint right at the end of the stage. So it worked out. All right. So we'll take a moment. We'll have a little bit of quiet time to reflect on how well this run went. There's a celebratory bonus room. All right. I'm actually going to duck so we can hear it.
Here's a little bonus room, 'cause I know you've had it tough. And here's a little bonus tune about collecting real cool stuff. Yes, here's a little bonus room where you can play. Don't be frightened, don't run away. You can linger, 'cause I'm your video friend. Think of me as a father figure with a hand to lend. Here's a little bonus room where you don't have to worry. Take your sweet time, you need not hurry. Oh, you're looking incredible, you're the bomb. And me, I'm kinda like your dad, and a little like your mom. There are no monsters here. Hey, wait, look over there. I was just kidding. Don't
Here we go.
be scared. And when you turn this game off in the real world once again, you won't have to play make-believe. Try to pretend. 'Cause I'll be right there when you open your hand. 'Cause I'm your little invisible musical friend.
1-1-3.
So show me to your pets, or show me to your pals. You really will impress every nifty guy and gal.
Take it out of the fourth wall.
Show them you're individual. Show them you are bold. Besides, I get residuals for every game that's sold. I'm your little invisible
My man's singing about residual.
musical friend for
All right, there you go. And that is Skullmonkeys, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, he gets residuals for every game that's sold. Thanks a lot, guys.
bonus tune about collecting real cool stuff. Yes, here's a little bonus room where you